Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're opening in 5 minutes here. Pretty bearish PA overall. Here's the failed position that I took earlier today. But all in all, let's dive into what price might do for today. I do want to see price right now. So interesting levels here on the 1 minute. We've got relative equal highs above us. We got relative equal lows here below us. Right. The level is 33675. We're opening in 4 minutes. Yeah, this is minor buy side liquidity here. Minor side liquidity. This minor buy side here. Buys today's mixed. So we'll have to see what price gives us, and then we'll try to take a position either long or short. We're opening in 2 minutes here. Let's see if price wants to grab this minor sell side before the open. 33625. 33675. Opening in a minute and 15 seconds here again. Price might want to come down to minor sell side here and then take out minor buy side. Again, like we just have these interesting levels below and above us here. So we do want to see price tag one versus the other. What's my P&L today? Today I'm down 200. Wait 1 sec, it's not showing here. I took 1 loss today and would have been freaking great. Let's see here. Sometimes OBM. All right, today thought I would have a ripper this morning, but I took a loss. So let just this quickly. Down to 267 on all my accounts. And we've just opened up right now. So let's see what price is going to give us. We have news at 10 o'clock today, and hopefully we can position something around there. Today's position that I took earlier this morning was ultimately, it was a grab minor sell that I'm thinking right now. Fucking knew it, man. So direction was right, but price had to kind of, wick me out. But ultimately, we broke below the new dog of today. We created a relatively cool low. We had a nice rejection of this level, and I took a short there, very aggressive at 3.5 to 1, targeting the low here or the high of the daily volume imbalance. What price did today in the morning, it wicked me out. It created this triple top here, and then price pushed lower, and it dropped like a rock here, as you guys can see. So that was, unfortunate, but it's a part of trading. We just took a London lows as well right now on the 15-minute chart. Right now we're trading into the daily volume imbalance. This level right here, it's interesting. This minor buy side liquidity. But all in all, so yesterday we had 2 large expansion days, right? So today might be a consolidation day on NQ, so we have to be a bit careful. But all in all, we had just bullishness yesterday. It was just constantly printing up all day with little to no retracement. So today we could get a retracement on that range. But all in all, let's wait for today's first presentations right here. Actually, it can't be on this scan. Hold on. Yep, we took relative equal highs. Okay, so first presentation today is right here. This is today's first presentation fair value gap for it is Tuesday, New York, 8/5. Okay. Your red folder news today. Red folder at 10 o'clock ISM. Something we're watching out for. And then all in all, again, this level right here right now screams for me for a buy, right? So if price, within the open, because this is going to be a fairly aggressive move here. If it closes above here and retests it, I'm going to try to go short or try to go long. So that's something that I'm liking, but I do need to see price break above this. And if it does, it's going to start attacking the buy side here. That's going to be like my quick bias here for the morning. All right, so liquidity sweep of London low. I want to see this invert to the upside, and then we'll take the long. And to be honest, my trade's probably going to be something like this here, like a 1.7 to 1. The high at 850. But we'll see, right? We had definitely an aggressive push lower, and right now, am I interested in shorts? We did expand a lot lower from the open. Price could possibly continue after taking London lows, continue pushing lower, but I would be interested in a scalp to the upside here as we left a lot of buy side liquidity. If price was heading lower, right? Where would it be heading? Fairly aggressive push here to the downside. Yeah, this liquidity has been taken here. Right now we're sitting in the end dog. If we close below it and we start coming back above into the end dog and rejecting it, shorts might start opening up for me, but just trading away from something like this is throwing me off just by a bit. So we'll see here. We'll see what price wants to do. Technically, it's best to let the market do its thing up until 950. Price came back up. This right here is consolidation on the 1 minute over the last couple of minutes. I wish that these highs were higher. But you can see here, price is aggressively pushing away from this level as well. So we just got to wait a bit here. Oh, I can't let my previous trade affect my next trade. Gaming with Krishna. And today's opening gap was pretty small as well. It was only 14 pips. So ICT's rules is if opening range is below 40 pips, wait till 10 o'clock, right? On the 15 minute, this is where we can see liquidity really easily. But you can see here, it's, liquidity hasn't taken to the downside. Our next level of liquidity might be down here. Like this is where the next minor buy side is going to be. But I don't think it is like that. Rather, my bias is selling right now, at least before 10 o'clock. Hope that price sweeps previous high while already sweep the daily high, talking about why. So selling before 10 o'clock, we'll see, right? We will see. The price right now, it hasn't broken mean threshold yet from a 15-second perspective here. Let's see if we can get it closed above this level. That would be a nice reversal. All right, we closed above it from a 15-second perspective. I'm going to do a little long here right now. So I am long. And my stop is right there, like a 1.4 to 1. I am expecting these highs to be taken. And with this, we're respected first presentation fair value gap to respect price to not get me from being chopped out here. But we just took the 930 open. This was the Judah swing. Moving my stop loss to the below right there. I don't want to see price getting back to the low of that first presentation. It's above a lot of key levels here. So this final push here is very imminent that it's going to happen. If price doesn't grab these, I'll be surprised. It'll be nice to see this candle close above that new dog. All right, body's still closing relatively nicely against this, but I'm just being a bit more patient here. Break of market structure, MMS right here as well to the upside. And right now it just should clean up this liquidity here above us. I'm going to scale in a bit more here. Bodies are respecting the new dog. I'm risking 350 on this trade. Again, nice rejection here on the 1 minute perspective. You can see how these levels here, how the new dog is respecting price at the upside. It pushed higher. I don't want to see it breaking, closing back below. Right here should be that rejection that we're seeing to the upside to take minor buy side liquidity. That's what we want to see in price. Does it mean price has to give that to us? No, right? But there you go. Another great rejection on the 15-second here. And then buy side's going to be at, I have to make sure these levels are correct on top stop. 373, 373. Okay. I will be right back, but the trade should work out hopefully. Price came back down, touched first presentation ever so slightly here. I'm going to scale in 3 more. Oh, gosh. Okay. Come on, price. This right here is a great pullback here. Price at this point should just push. $373. Once price gets to here, I'm going to break even. Once it takes this level right here, that's going to be my break even level. Very close to it. Come on, price. Definitely struggling. I'd fully use at 10. Yeah. So the Judah, the market structure shift, rejection of the new dog, it touched ever so slightly first presentation today, right? Not even. And then now we just have to wait. I did skill in law here. I'm risking double here that I usually do, but again, this should work out. If it doesn't, it's going to be a big loss. That's fine. Really nice rejections off of NQ here. I'm just waiting for it to pop. 370. 373. All right, I'm moving my stop loss here to the mean threshold of first presentation. And now I'm at break even. And there's the first one of the day. Live streamed. Yeah. You guys, this should have worked out in the morning. It didn't. At least this one did. We're up to 239 for the day. How much higher can it go? I don't know. To be honest, I can go for 930 highs, but this is a safe target here. So I don't know. Recently, like pre 930, I'm just not getting wins anymore. So I want to keep trading it, but maybe I might start paper trading it soon. Because I knew here I broke some rules. Because look at the time that I traded 913, right? And I kind of knew. I'm like deep in my head. I'm like, oh, it'd be nice to get the day started off. This trade would have been $1,000 here, but it had to push up one last time before pushing lower. So this is classic, guys. First presentation, Judah, liquidity grab, push higher, MMS, we take the long. That's the model that makes me the most money. Max, you took that win? Did anyone catch this trade? This was a clean trade, guys. I risked a lot on it too. Just the RR sucked. Who here in the chat won the trade? Bro, I'm short in YM. What are your all thoughts? I don't trade YM. Hold on. Let's wait till... So anyways, there's nothing interesting here, guys, for the NQ trader. So let's get YM quickly. You're sure YM. Man, so I'll tell you this. ICT does not trade YM. He calls it a dirty 30. Looking at the 15-minute here, looks like we took Asia. So we took Asia highs. Just like look at this 15-minute, you know, Krishna. We took relative equal highs. You know, we might be pushing lower now. You know, there's you know a key first or you know PDA array that should hold price lower, but Asia highs are still taken. It's been consolidating for the longest time. We're anticipating that after this bullish run, price will you know correct itself, but just based on the 15-minute here, I don't have a conviction of like long-term price action. And I'm not feeling well today. Give me one sec, guys. I'm gonna get some juice from downstairs. But Krishna, I can't tell you on YM if the short's gonna work out. It's decent, I guess, looking at like liquidity grabs. And it can be pushing all the way down here. But I'm not in love with anything at YM right now. Sorry. I really wish that I could give you a better answer. And I'm gonna be right back. Macro starting in 2 minutes. I'm just gonna grab some juice and then we'll see what other possible trades we can take today. Okay. All right, I'm back. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Almost every ICT should know to YK. I have no idea why. So I guess gaming with, why are you trading YM? What's the reason? Like, why not just stick to one asset class, NQ? It's like, I'm an ICT based channel. Everything I do is ICT. If ICT says don't do something, I'm not going to do it. Sometimes I might, but when it comes to trading, I think ES and NQ are like the two that you should trade. YM has some great trades. If PA is nice, I'll trade YM, but my focus is NQ. That's why. It's just something that I said, and it's a dirty 30 here. I guess price is a bit more fickle, right, when it comes to YM. That's my guess. Yeah, new soon. Yeah, 10 o'clock. That's what we're waiting for. So the macro just started at 950. You see here at this level here, how price just turned around. Maybe we could have, pulled it a bit higher, but all in all, this was a good trade. Took that short at 926 to get a London. Took that short at 926. Really, eh? Nice. So the reason why this morning I took this loss is look what price did, right? So it kind of created these highs. It gave a shift in market structure, came up to bearish breaker, pushed lower. For the first time ever, it started closing below the 6 a.m. first presentation fair value gap, the new day opening gap of 805. And that's when I saw a push higher. And once I saw this wick here, I'm like, this is probably the high of the push lower because it was rejecting mean threshold. And then that was my short for a 3.5 to 1. Price instead, it pushed up higher, engineered this liquidity before the 930 open, and then pushed lower to grab the move higher, right? So it's good to see that you caught that, Mula. Very impressive. I'm usually really scared trading before 930, to be honest. Like from like 9:10 to 9:29, it's a no trade zone for me. Gaming, if YM's making you money, then trade it. As long as your edge is in the market, who cares what the symbol of, if it's gold, silver, oil, corn, doesn't matter. Again, my primary focus is just NQ, not even ES. I don't even look at ES or what is it called? SMT with ES. It's just sometimes it screws me over, not looking, but it's just less is more, and I have so much here to focus on from like a technical perspective that it's just not of interest. Yeah, exactly what Dell said. Yeah. So, anyways, we have so here was our change in market structure here, our MMS to the upside, push lower, nice rejection. Right? Like this is like, guys, like when you see shit like this, like price is accumulating to go in a direction, and here it's accumulating to what? Buy side, because we just took out sell side. Okay. I rate this trade an A+ trade. Just the RR sucked. If it was twice as high, we would have cleared today with over 1K. But let's see what else we have today to trade. So we're in the macro right now. I guess we have major buy side liquidity here. Right. Buy side liquidity. These are also 930, pre-930 highs that haven't been taken. So this might be the draw, to be honest. But again, we took out lows. It looks like we're respecting this daily volume imbalance. Like that was the Judah. And maybe we might see that push higher. And if we push higher, where are we going to push to, right? Looking at the hourly here, maybe the new week opening gap. 728 is the last. That's last week's new week opening gap, because this week's new opening gap is way below us, right? Like do I see longs here? I wouldn't be interested in longs. Yeah, like technically we pushed into this like this buys. The reason why is because we just took out so much liquidity here. I wouldn't be interested in like another push higher to like external range liquidity high, right? So if you guys caught it, great. I think that's the most realistic target that I can think of right now of where price wants to go to, but not in love with it, right? This price could have easily went back into the new day opening gap. I love having my stop losses, and kind of what pushed me to profitability is just having it below new day opening gaps or first presentations. That's where I feel safest with my stop losses. Not that I don't take other trades, it's just that's where I realized there's a higher chance of it not being hit. We did sweep London high. Yeah, we did sweep London high. It's just the 930 high here, the pre 930 high. So 814 highs. That's buy side. But let's see what news is going to give us 10 o'clock. That's what we're waiting for. Okay, so let's give it a couple more minutes, 5 more minutes, and we'll see what price wants to give. Right now, it's engineering liquidity here. So here we have minor buy side. On the 5 minute, not looking good. You guys can't really see the 5 minute. Hopefully you guys can see it on your charts, but again, I'm liking the relative equal highs that we're creating from a 5 minute perspective. So you can see them right here. Right, this right here for me is relatively equal. That is leaving for us to tag later on. And then we'll see what price wants to do at 10 o'clock. And again, the next long might be the trade, but we'll see. Yeah, see you tomorrow, Mula. Have a good one. Like locking out right now, it's always an option, but still need a bit more for my for my 10K payout. So let's try to see if we can get something else today. If all goes well by Friday, I should get a payout. 4 more days. Brother, I'm in DD right now. You're in DD because you're trading YM. Drawdown. It's really hard to get a drawdown. Mentally, it's just the worst. I struggle with it too. Like when I'm in drawdown. Yesterday I managed to get myself out of drawdown after the morning session. And then family wanted to go peach picking. And like 2 minutes before we go peach picking, I'm like, let me just take a quick long 3-to-1 and I had a break even day yesterday. How many contracts do I usually put? It depends. My risk is always fixed. My risk is always roughly, it's usually around like now I think it's going to be closer to 300, my risk, but it's around like $300. So it could be from like 5 to 20 contracts. It really depends how large my stop loss is point wise. Full profit and I take full stop loss. I'm muting this deciding confluence. Okay, right. So yeah, definitely some valid points there. Minimize your losses and try to expand your gains. But like when I traded this year, this was this year was a very tight stop loss. It was 6 points. This was a 20 micro short. This here was like a 6 contract long, just because my stop loss was so much larger, right? So it's all based on the size of your stop loss. Don't look at how many minis or micros you're trading. Just keep your stop loss fixed. Let's see why. Did it drop? Yeah, holy shit, it did drop. Yeah. Yeah, took out liquidity, and then from that level there, that should have held, it dropped. Yeah, that would have been an ace trade. It's just, I think technically speaking, it's very rangy. You see high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. It's just hitting highs and lows. So you're basically trading extremities here. And look what it did right here. I left like a relative equal low here for you. I never even tagged the lows here. There you go. It just tagged it. But look how quickly it tagged it. Oh, that's 10 o'clock news. Okay. Let's see what news is doing, guys. So news is doing some damage. How many people have blown their accounts right now? Probably a lot. This is interesting. Yeah, so price is failing to break first presentation here. Let's get price. Here we technically have, minor sell side. But this is looking like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I want PA to calm down a bit after 10 a.m. news to see if it's failing to really push down below these levels, and it wants to push higher to these relative equal highs below us. So let's give time. Like the longs here, looks like something like the, I gotta be targeting, buy side liquidity here. What did it wick to? It didn't even grab any liquidity. It's just pushed off these levels here. So yeah, as of right now, we're waiting. On the 15-minute, to be honest, everything's pushing sideways. See. Yeah, I trade previous hour session for our liquidity and fair value gap will enter. The only problem is previous highs. Yeah, so overall, YM tanked like a crazy. And look what it did right before news. It left relative equal lows and then it just tagged them. Yeah, but let's see what price is doing right now here. So took out liquidity, it created relative equal highs, push back lower. We're in the RTH gap right now. Price is attempting to push below the first presentation. It's failing to do so. Kind of tempted to do something like this, like a 2-to-1, but again, I'm only going after the fact that price within 3 candles failed to close below mean threshold. It's staying above the RTH highs here. It might break above new dog here and it might push higher. But again, yesterday we had such an expansion day, right? So we do expect consolidation today. And this right now, what it's done since the open of yesterday, it consolidated on the 1 hour, right? This is pure consolidation. It's hard to make money during consolidation. Let's get price like another 15 minutes. And then we'll see what I want to do. Right now, I'm not, I'm not married to any bias right now. We're like, this is clearly consolidating. Maybe not from like a 1-minute scalping perspective, but it's still consolidation. Price still hasn't done much after news. You're looking at the 4 hours. Yeah, it's technically consolidating after a push higher, so it's going to do one of two things: push lower or push higher. It would be nice to see this taken out and then a push lower, and then I would be convinced in taking price lower. Or it can just leave this here. But this definitely here. This is going to be swept today, or it will be swept. So watch out for this level here. Like this is going to be a target for me. First presentation looks like price is attempting to break to the downside of it. It's going to start approaching the new dog. We have minor sell side below us. We're trading into the daily VI right now. Daily, look how nicely on the 1 hour perspective, it just rejected price from Monday all the way to now, right? So do you want to be trading and anticipating the price breaks all this and goes lower? I personally don't, right? for me to go like short and to start targeting lower prices, it would be nice to see price, break below from a 1 hour perspective as daily VI, come back up, show us that it just doesn't want to go higher, and then take the shorts. Yep, right now you can see here, we've kind of broken that, that key level of today. We did reject it to the downside. Right now we're in the new day opening gap, 801, which is 801 is last Friday. You have minor sell side here below us. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be interested in any shorts at this level. I used to trade SMT, but I stopped. Right, because like looking at SMT here, these lows have been taken on ES. See, like right now we have SMT here between NQ and ES. So what does that mean? It means that ES is, or NQ is stronger than ES. And if we're going short, then ES might be, the preferred pair. But all in all, guys, it's so now we have engineered sell side liquidity below us. And this is also a minor sell side here. Just look at these levels that it's creating. Like if price is this right now, I'll tell you right now, it spikes down, grabs all this minor, and it breaks above here. I will take a long to this level here, okay? But right now we're between these two levels. Right now my preference is long over shorts, but it doesn't mean price can't go lower first. Take out minor sell side before taking out buy side. And again, like we're consolidating, guys. We have inside candles on a 15-minute chart that are forming. So maybe at 1050, you might get some more action. See what gaming said. Bro, I just learned a new thing, the first FEG and trading. So you learned about the first presentation. Yeah, so the first presentation fair value gap, it's like a very weighted fair value gap. And it's very strong, it's very heavy, and it rejects and supports price a lot more than like a regular fair value gap. That's how I see it. And as ICT says, if we have two levels of buy side and sell side below us, which we do right now, just wait for one to get tagged. And then if it shows aggressive reversals away from that, that's when we start taking like that first IFEG. And that's when we can get like a quick like 4-to-1 trade. Yeah, but recently I've been getting a lot of like 1.5-to-1s. I haven't caught a large trade in like a week now. Just like these little mini trades. This is high resistance trading. Yeah, I agree. It's like on the high resistance. Like fair value gaps are still forming, Dell, in my opinion. Like, 1 and 2. But you're right. It's technically, prices is not doing much right now. This is not seek and destroy, because seek and destroy does this. Price just starts doing this. And everyone gets chopped up, right? And sometimes you don't know you're in seek and destroy until you've gotten chopped up. And then it's easier to trade because then you're just trading from highs to lows until seek and destroy ends. This is, more of high consolidation, as Dal said. And sometimes what price does before news, it goes sideways. And that's called, there's a term for that ICT use. What is it called? Time void? Something like that. I don't know if one of you know what I'm talking about. Something to do with like time distortion. Time distortion. There you go. That's what it was, right? So time distortion is price is waiting for a macro or news to kick in, and it's going to do nothing and then it's going to essentially push in that one direction. So there's, time distortion, high resistance, and seek and destroy. Those are three conditions that the market goes in, and you have to be aware of when we're in them so you can trade accordingly. And right now it looks like we're, price is kind of moving sideways, and we're not really forming a lot of fair value gaps. So we're kind of high resistance / maybe time distortion. Like, I think right now price is waiting to take out these highs. It's just, what is it waiting for? Maybe the 1050 macro, which is right here. Do we have any more news today? Let's see. I don't think we do. No, we don't. We're done. Tomorrow, no news. Tomorrow, it's on a Monday. No, it's a decent day for no news. Thursday, we have 8:30 news. Okay, that's good. And then Friday, we don't have any news. So technically, this technically was the best trading day of the week news-wise, but it's not NFP week, which is good. Looks like price wants to hunt this minor sell side here. Gonna tag it any second now. Tagged. Right now price is sitting in this daily fair value gap here, this daily volume imbalance. You can see here on the, on the daily, like that's a key level. I think, it'd be nice to see today's price action just kind of go down and maybe stop there. But like, if I'm taking shorts, I wouldn't want to short past this daily fair value gap here. This is going to be my terminus for short trades if I do catch any this morning. But so far, guys, this is PA that, like, it's interesting because yesterday we had PA that just shot up for the whole day. And today we get this. So remember, after days of expansion, consolidation usually follows. And this is technically consolidation, in my opinion. We can still scalp consolidation. It's just large moves are hard to catch. The large moves yesterday were easy. Let's go through some price action yesterday. Monday. All right. So, price yesterday consolidated from 12 o'clock all the way to 3 o'clock. This was the short that I caught yesterday. It failed to break Asia's first presentation. Came lower. This was the afternoon first presentation fair value gap. On the 1 hour, I don't have it here, but it was rejecting nicely. And I took the shorts to these relative equal lows that we had. Okay. And then price essentially bottomed out. I took out these highs. Took out these relative equal lows. And then it pushed higher. And it closed above. And the draw was the daily VI the whole. So we have, these are nice targets for longs in the future. It could be at 1050. It could be in the afternoon. It could be for tomorrow, but have these marked on your charts. And then I guess on that note, I don't know if I'm too interested in anything right now, being honest. So we might actually close today's live stream off. You guys have any questions about anything before I hop off? I just don't see price doing much right now until 1050, and 1050 is almost an hour away. So I'm going to go take a walk, a break. If you're planning on trading, I would probably say just be careful. We're in some really weird levels right now. If I were to be considering longs, I would have to see some aggressive push lower and then higher. And then that would be my trade if something like that were to show up. It would be like another attempt And hopefully I can cash like a 3-1. But other than that, let's cut it here, guys. Like 45-minute, and minor sell side's being taken right now. Any second now. Hold on, let's just see if it's going to be taken. These 1-minute candles here, they are rejecting mean threshold of the end dog here. So maybe this might be the push lower here, but all in all, I won't be trading shorts here. If anything, it might be longs once you break past back these levels. But on that note, guys, take care, stay safe, and see you guys tomorrow.